Jan Seaman.
Hi, John.
Hi, thanks for doing this video with me. We're creating videos about everyday discipleship as folks, leaders in our church especially, have articulated what their rule of life is. Rule of life just being, the normal things we do every day that we welcome Jesus into. And for you, I was really, really glad that you named Chores as one of those places that you welcome Jesus into as part of your daily discipleship. And we're naturally supernatural people. We believe that God is involved in all the things, and we are affected emotionally, spiritually, physically. It's all working together. And you named Chores, and what I love about that is, as I visit your home has never been chaotic to me. It's been a home that I just always feel like at peace in, and it's because you've set up these rhythms for yourself of planning for the week, planning when you're cleaning things, planning when you're shopping, all those kind of things. And so the space just feels open and free. And I feel like I have capacity in your home when I'm there. But that didn't start from nowhere. I mean, you've raised a child, they're out of the home now, you and Michael at home, and he's retired. And so things have changed. What is it like for you to continue to experience Jesus in these rhythms of doing chores and planning out the day and keeping things tidy? How is that all wrapped up in your faith?
Well, I really view the work at home that I have to do as serving my family.
Yeah.
So when I do these things, my attitude is not necessarily that I'm serving Jesus, but that I'm serving the people in my home. And which is an expression really of love. So it may be hard to get there for some people, but that's just always been my attitude about it since I've been married.
And then during the day, you spoke about, sometimes when you're cleaning a bathroom or
Right.
vacuuming, you allow for those spaces to be times when you're praying as well. Talk to me about that.
Yes. Well, housework, chores around the house are not that exciting, and they don't require a lot of mental capacity. So my hands can be doing something, and my brain and my spirit can be praying. And so a lot of times I do pray. I won't say every time, certainly not. But I do discuss things with Jesus, people, me, situations, asking for his attitude, his understanding about what's going on with, whatever. But sometimes I listen to worship music. I have in the past. I've done that. And so that just sort of engenders a spirit of praise in my own heart when that happens.
Which I think can be quite different than how other people experience doing chores. Sometimes folks do chores because they're providing a codependent environment for folks. They're doing things. They're angry that somebody else isn't doing this in the house.
Oh, yeah.
They're bitter that there's angry that people aren't folding their clothes the way all that kind of stuff can be built into doing chores. Sometimes we do them resentfully. How have you walked with the Lord in drawing all that out? Because in having a child and having a husband, that doesn't exactly work in your frame of planning out weeks and months of chores and all what this looks like. What does it look like to go back to the Lord through all that?
Right. So since I'm perfect, I've never experienced that resentment or bitterness that you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
In my family, I'm the choreaholic, I guess you might say. The other two people that I've lived with, our daughter and my husband, they're not as meticulous about keeping things neat and orderly as I am. So that creates its own tension, But they always like it when they have an environment that is neat and orderly and taken care of. And so I try to talk to them about that. um, and I talk to Jesus about that too, you know. But some people are just gravitate more towards neatness than other people.
Yeah, what I love is just the permission that you give yourself to be frustrated about that. I think we
Oh,
take for granted that if we're doing chores, that it's easy and that there aren't any relational complications, and that it has nothing to do with Jesus, nothing to do with prayer, nothing to do with anything else. But in fact, what you're naming is, you started right off the bat. You said, what I'm doing in service to my family. And so
mhm,
what chores are very much not only a relational, deeply relational activity
mhm.
with others, but it's a deeply relational thing with the Lord, because if it's relational with other people, we need to keep going back to the Lord about how we do it with love and not resentment and
Right,
codependency and
right,
all that.
right,
That's
right.
real. And so I just so appreciate your willingness to name that as part of an everyday discipleship motivation and rhythm in your rule of life.
Well, thank you. Um, I thank you. Just thank you.
Thank you, Jan.
All right, John.